Um, Welcome to Teen Mountain Strong's Team Call. It's Wednesday, October 5th. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about how what I think the most useful things are for getting to Diamond quickly. So first, is anyone want to shout out rank advancements or anything? Lauren or Kelly, do you have anything to shout out?
Nope.
No? Okay. I don't think I have anything to shout out this week. So the thing I started with last night that I think is like really important, and I don't know where I put my notes for that call, but is just to simplify it, because I think that I got to Diamond super quick, obviously, just a little over 3 weeks after I started. And I think it was basically because I was kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. I just was sharing like crazy, and I was just trying to help everybody that I knew. So I wasn't even really focused on Diamond in any way. I honestly don't even know that I knew what it was. I remember when Dana messaged me and she's like, "You're going to be Diamond tomorrow. Like, you've got to be close to a record or whatever." And I was like, what does that mean? Like, I really didn't, I mean, I knew I knew how to like place my legs so that I was like achieving that goal, but I didn't really know anything. And, so anyway, I'm going to see if I can, last night I shared my screen, but I hate it because when I do the slideshow, then I can't see you guys at all, which is like such a weird feeling. So let's see. So maybe if I don't make it so if I don't hope, I guess I'll just make it a slideshow. It just is, this is what's weird to me. I don't know if you guys will see it, but in the present mode, now I can't see you guys, which is weird. Just somebody shout out that you can still hear me.
I can hear you.
Okay. So Diamond in under 30 days. So I got this notification in July or whatever. You know, it popped up on Time Hop, and I had it in my head that I got to Diamond in 28 days. Apparently, I actually got it in 24 days, which is what Dana, congratulated me for or whatnot. So it is simple. We just overcomplicate it quite a bit, and that's what I think we need to focus on. You guys don't need to know that. So I'm going to give you just some general tips, and then I'm going to give you, I think it's 9 action steps. So pick a program, do it start to finish, and share the shit out of it, basically. Choose something and finish it. Like, you can't, if you're constantly starting and stopping programs and not finishing something, A, you're not going to have good before and afters, and B, it's just not very inspiring to anybody if they don't see that people like to see that you're completing things. So and then find a way that speaks to you to show that you're on a journey. So just doing, I've been doing accountability posts every day, which is great, but I'm trying to add in things that speak to my journey in them. Because if you just do like a sweaty selfie accountability day 10 or whatever, and it has nothing else with it, it's just kind of boring. And people are like, it's another sweaty selfie of Laura's. Who gives it? Who cares? Shannon, I'm sorry, I have a potty mouth. I'll try to keep it to a minimum. And show when it's hard and show when it's awesome. So if you're sick, show that you're sick and you have to take a rest day that wasn't planned, and show, what your plan is to recover from that. And, or if you're out of town or whatever, if you're out of town and you fit in 10-minute abs in a hotel. I remember Kelly posted about that once. I think you did, Kelly. Yeah, then share that, because that's inspiring to people, because people live real lives. They're not just going to be, it's not like they're on like The Biggest Loser or something and they get to just be at the farm for 6 weeks and do their workout program. They have real lives with it. So choose your own personal journey and crush it. Share your story is huge, and I think it's something we all have to work on constantly. And a lot of what we talked about last night was vulnerability. So share your story, know your story, and think about your why. And if you don't really know it, then you need more personal development, and you need to dig deeper into that. If Kelly, if it has to do with your diabetes, if Lauren, has to do with the fact that you grew up thinking you had long, gawky legs, whatever the issue may be, like, you have to be vulnerable and share that, because people out there have those same feelings or those same issues. And I remember when my sister first started coaching, she just kept saying to me, she's like, you have such a good story. Like, you struggled with eating disorders and all of, feeling like you weren't good enough. And she never struggled with that stuff. So she's like, I don't know what my story is. And turns out her story was, different than mine. And it took her a while to figure it out. She struggled with self-confidence and believing that she could, she's in midwifery school now. So Beachbody helped her with her self-confidence in that way. But we all have a different story, and our following wants to know why this is working for us versus something else that maybe they've done or are doing. So why is it different? A huge thing that it takes a while to overcome. I know this, I'm sure Kelly can speak to it, is hard to overcome at first. Kelly, I remember, I hope you don't mind me sharing this on the team call, Kelly, but she mentioned to me once she didn't want her husband's friends to see pictures of her with her insulin pump on. And it was just like this weird thing that she kind of had to get over. I can't see your face right now, so I hope you're okay with me sharing it, Kelly.
No, it's fine.
But now she shares pictures a lot with her insulin pump where you can see it, where her, thing is on her arm or whatever. And I think that that's really cool because it's inspiring to a lot of people who are either pre-diabetic or diabetic or have other health issues that they may be just really quiet about. So remember that you're following, and especially as you grow your network, if they don't want to follow you, they're going to unfollow you. So I had to really start, and I still struggle with it, but trying not to care what people think. I used to, before Beachbody, I would spend 10 to 15 minutes deciding whether I would post something on Facebook. It stressed me out so much. I found it so intimidating, and you just have to let go of that, because the only way that people are going to say, I need help, I'm going to reach out to Shannon, is if they see Shannon's doing something and you're inspiring them. If you aren't, they're going to say, oh, I saw that other girl, Kate, online. I think she's doing something. Let me reach out to her. So you need to be the person that people think of. And this includes when you reach out to people and talk to people, that's going to make it more likely that they're going to think of you when they decide that it's their turn. Personal development, I know we harp on this all the time, but it's so, so important. I really feel like it's the most important vital behavior, because I feel like my posts turn to shit if I do not do my personal development, because personal development inspires me. I usually like to have a book and audio at all times so that I have something to read before bed, and then I have something to listen to. A bunch of the top coaches also take notes while they're doing their personal development. Like if they're listening on audio, they'll be typing or whatever. I've heard quite a few coaches on the National Wake Up Calls talk about that, and that's something I'm trying to implement in my own business. But finding if you been recommended a book and you don't get into it, then it's not for you, and find something different. There's so many out there. So it helps you articulate and share your journey on social media, I feel, just by reading and listening to personal development. I just shared this because I don't worry about failures or screw ups, or if you put something out there and nobody listens, or you don't think anybody's listening. It doesn't mean nobody's listening, but maybe you didn't word it right. Maybe it came out however, but it's better than not trying at all. Like, you've just got to put yourself out there and hope for the best. And eventually you get better and better and better at it. And even as you get better at it, you still falter. I have posts that I put out there that the next day I'll take down because I just think they're asinine or something. So this is one that I forget. It was either a team call or maybe it was a national wake up call. I can't remember, but I encourage you all to make a dream team list, no matter where you are in your business. If you don't have this, you should make it. And then you should always be thinking about it and trying to expand it. So a dream team list, these are people. You can have your challenger dream team list, and then you can have your coach dream team list. I have both, but I primarily focus on my coach dream team list because those are people that I specifically want to target that I think would benefit from being a coach, would be good at a coach. A lot of my dream team happen to be nurses. I just think that it's in our nature. And, I'm a nurse, Kelly's a nurse, Laura's a nurse, my sister's a nurse, Nicole's a nurse. So I have a lot of nurses that I target, but you want to keep this list, whether it's 10 or 20 or 30 people, and you want to try to start reaching out to them.
How often do you reach back out to them, Laurel?
There's a few of them. I probably like every 2 months because so one of my most recent challengers, Nicole, just started this challenge group with us the other day. And she's a nurse I worked with at Children's. I've been reaching out to her for ages. She has two little kids, a new baby who's like 8 weeks old. And I just feel like she would be so good at this. So I've reached out to her so many times. So I finally got her to join a challenge group. And now I'm just, she signed up a person already just because she had a friend she wanted to have join her. And so I was like, let's just do it under you. So she's halfway to Emerald technically, but I haven't even introduced her to the page because she wants to do her first challenge, which is awesome, and then she'll see what she thinks of it. But I would say every few months, don't be annoying, but you can just reach out and be like, hey, how's it going? I'm starting a new coach boot camp next month. And I was just thinking again about you. Have you given it any more thought? You know how much I'd love to have you on my team. Two of the people, Melissa and Nicole, are these two girls I've reached out to so many times. Every time they're like, I love that you're persistent. I love that you think of me. And I tell them you're on my dream team. I think it's fine to say that, say we're encouraged to make these lists of people that we want to work with. And you're one of the people I want to work with. It's fine to say that, because if nothing else, you're kind of tooting their horn, which is who doesn't want that, Does that answer your question, Kelly?
Yep. That's good.
Add to your network every day. This is obvious, but some people forget to do it. You can use the Facebook Find Friends app or whatever feature. The thing I think that works really better is to find friends or family who are not in the Beachbody world that you can go and friend request, like moms or whatever your niche may be. And then, of course, that's my niche, a lot of our niches. But I was using the Facebook tool a lot for a while, and my network wasn't growing very much because so many of those people aren't accepting me because they go to my profile, they see that I'm Beachbody, and they say, I'm not accepting you. This is sort of controversial, different coaches say different things. I took out that I'm a coach in my profile, and I just wrote the little verbiage, I'm here to help people live their happiest and healthiest lives. And then I left my nursing stuff up just so that it's not the first thing they see. Because I think with so much sales going on Facebook, people are hesitant to accept friends if they don't really know you in real life. So also joining groups, and you really have to be active in them in order to feel like you can friend request people, because you can't just join a group and then friend request everybody in it because then they think you're a sketchball. You seem like one. But just start asking questions. If it's a mom group or a knitting group, say, does anyone, have a pattern for this, whatever it may be, just be active and answer other people's questions. Just try to go once or twice a day to those couple of groups that you choose and try to be active in them. Okay, so these are my action steps. And this specifically for Kelly's team, I was trying to show them that, I got to Diamond in 24 days with a 2.5-year-old and 8-month-old and working 30 hours a week as a nurse. So it's not doable. It's a lot of work just in general running this business. And we have to be honest about that, but it's work that I absolutely love. And I have a hard time tearing myself away from sometimes. So it is what you make it. But anyway, just showing that you can do it. So share what you're doing every single day. That's not true. There are days that I technically don't show up to Facebook. If there's a super busy day at work and I didn't post before I go to work and I barely have a bathroom break, then that's just the way it goes, and I don't have anything to share. I'm not going to share something stupid from work. But, I think that's important to share too, especially if you're trying to recruit coaches, because you want them to know that if they are working, they still can run this business. But sometimes I schedule posts for the next day, the night before. And like I said, just don't share a boring workout selfie. Share how it made you feel, how it changed your day, what it meant to you. Same thing goes with Shakeology. if you, sharing that you're on the run or you forgot to do whatever and you have Shakeology, that kind of stuff you can do, but you just don't want to have a Shakeology selfie with nothing else there. And then share with your world, with your social media world, your fears, where you came from, the hardships you faced. You want to be open and honest and transparent, and you want to be like raw and authentic. And that is what inspires people, and that's what will draw new people to you. When you're adding to your network, if they go to your page and it's just like boring and they think it's like every other coach they've ever seen, they're probably going to unfriend you or unfollow you. But if you have posts that draw them in and make them feel like you're maybe someone they can relate to, then they're going to follow you. And maybe 6 months from now, they're going to join you. You don't know. And then action step 2, add to your network daily. I aim to friend request 10 people per day. And then I'm really actually bad about this, checking occasionally and deleting requests, because I have a lot of people that don't accept me, obviously, but I haven't yet been put in Facebook jail, other than for like copyright, which was if you post workout videos, the best way to do them is silent or just, your home noise, because if you try to put it with a song, you can get put in jail, not literally, but Facebook jail for copyright infringement. And that lasts like a day. You can't post another video for 24 hours or something. So when I'm at work, I usually try to do like 3 friend requests when I'm in the bathroom each time, because it's when I have time, and then they don't like me like sitting on my phone all day at work. Action step number 3, make your dream team list. Aim to reach out to 2 of them a week until you've spoken to all of them. Share with them your why you want them on your team and how you think they could benefit from it. And it's fine to share with them that they're on your dream team. The other thing is sign up your husband or parent on your weak leg if you haven't already done it on your strong leg, so that you can work their account and add your weak leg volume and create an emerald. Pete was my second emerald. My sister was my first emerald. So, and now I'm starting to work on him again, just to create volume and potentially to get me to 3-star. So, personal development, find a book or 5 that speaks to you. We already kind of talked about that. I didn't really talk about Power Hour very much, but it is really important. And I'm the first to say that it is something, it's something that slides if I'm not really, really cognizant of it, because I like all the other stuff more. I like making stuff for my team page. I like developing posts. I like making graphics. I like doing all those things more than I like to reach out to people I don't know, because it's awkward and it's hard for me. And inviting people, I still have that fear that they're rejecting me when they say no. I've gotten, thousands of no's at this point. But it's really important to do, find a sheet that works for you. This is like my sheet that I've found really works for me, and I've shared on my team. I can share with you guys if you want, if you're not on our team page. But it has my, personal development group check-ins, Team Mountain Strong check-in, the challenge group, add 10 friends, Facebook post. And then in the first 5, I will put people who accepted my friendship. And then if I have more people per day that accept, then I put that down. And then I keep a tally at the top every couple of days, how many friends I have, so I can see that it's growing. I try to connect with 5 new people a day. That's the hardest thing for me. The follow-up is super easy. 5 follow-ups, no big deal. And then the invites is the second hardest thing for me, because I don't want to jump the gun and invite people when they're not ready, but I also know that inviting is really important, because some people just don't know how easy it is. Action step number 7 is share, share, share. So I just can't share that enough with you. You have to share your story. You have to be vulnerable. You have to talk about where you came from and why this is working for you and what it means to you. Action step number 8 is stop being afraid. I think that it's really huge. I was really, really scared. I was scared, not so much of putting my story out there. I was a little scared of that, but I was scared of I had a good friend when I started this business, 18 months ago. And prior to this, we had been trying to kind of sell Young Living essential oils together. And when I told her that I was going to become a coach instead, she pretty much broke up with me, if there's any other way to put it. But she was always someone that I was really nervous about, which I guess is something about our friendship, but I was always worried that she was judging me, and I thought she would think it was annoying that I was posting so much on Facebook, which come to find out she did, and she had hidden me or something. It was a weird relationship. But anyway, I had to stop worrying about what other people wanted or expected of me and do what's good for me. And this was for me. This was one of the best things I've ever done for myself. And sharing, I don't know if you remember, Kelly, it was like more than a year ago because I've gotten the time hop, but I shared one. I wrote the whole post before bed and then shared it at 4 a.m. before I left for work. And the picture was of like a bunch of junk. Maybe it wasn't even junk. It was just like Hershey's chocolate bars. And I shared how as much as I've recovered from my eating disorders, and I never was really a huge binger, even when I was bulimic, I now, and I've actually gotten so much better at this and hardly ever do it. But if I had like an 8-pack of Hershey's chocolate bars in my freezer, and I basically went in the kitchen, hid and ate them all, and then hid the wrappers in the trash so my husband didn't see. And it was like mortifying, like just horrible, like knowing that I was doing that. It was just really, really crazy. So I shared this and I shared the story, and I pretty much thought I was going to vomit the entire way to work. And then the whole day at work, I was, looking around thinking who's judging me and who thinks I'm crazy and who thinks I'm this like crazy person binge eating in the middle of the night and hiding my wrappers. It just was awful. But I had a huge outpouring from quite a different number of people that said, I've been there, I do that, or your story inspired me to be more transparent about my own life and my own issues. And it was one of the best things I ever did. That was probably one of the scariest posts I ever put out there. But people want to see you vulnerable. And the other thing is they want to know that you're going to believe in them. And when they can relate to you, it helps that a lot. So point number 9, and then we can just wrap this up and see if there's any questions, is just to believe in yourself. Diamond is not this unreachable goal. It truly is not hard. You need to help 10 people, and then one of those people needs to help 2 people. 12 lives need to change for you to become a diamond coach. You guys can all do it. If you have to sign up your sister or your mother or whomever, if you don't have a husband or a boyfriend or whatever, you can create that other emerald pretty easily. It is hard, as Kelly's found out, to keep all those things strong if you're kind of doing it all on your own. So you want to eventually have a team helping you. I helped my sister build to diamond, and she was my first diamond, and how I got to star diamond, a month or so after this. But then she ended up losing her diamond, and then I, pretty much lost her to midwifery school. So, Kelly was my second diamond, and we have other people on our team now that are working towards this. So it's not this like unreachable thing. And you have, you have people that you can turn to and get help from. And sharing, Kelly recently shared a post about being a coach and what it meant to her. And I just applaud her for that, because I think that's hard for all of us in this business. But it's super important to share what we do and why we do what we do, if that makes sense. Let's see. Was Jordan here and she left? Okay. I see Peter was on.
Yeah, she was probably getting
ready. Does anybody have any questions about any of that?
No, that was really great, actually. I love the dream team thing. I don't have that.
Yeah, I think that's a really cool. I forget where I got that from.
I like that approach too. Like, it just makes it easier to approach someone about it if you're like, "Hey, you're on my dream team." You know,
say like, we were challenged today to build our dream team, and you're on it, and I want you to know that. And if you ever have any interest, I'd love to tell you more about our business. Talk soon or whatever. Like, it can be pretty casual. And then I've bugged a bunch of people multiple times, and it isn't like bugging. Like, they write back to me and they're like, keep bugging me, eventually. So, yeah. But that's pretty much it.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thanks for getting on, you guys. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
Okay.
Jordan. Okay.
Okay.
Bye.